What's good, Canna fam? Ryan coming at you from the Natural Remedies. I want to finish this doink with y'all and also talk about how little things can go a long way as far as making a change on this planet. Making the necessary changes so that we can all live another day. A beautiful one at that. Because, and this isn't a fun thing to confront, but we have to recognize and embrace this fact. Otherwise, we will not do anything about it, right? But here's what's up, we are to a point where if we don't start doing things, we can see ourselves off the face of this planet. We have pushed other organisms to extinction, we can push ourselves to extinction. We are subject to the same rules they are. We have to recognize that, embrace it, and do something about it, right? We can make the world a very beautiful, wonderful place for everybody. It just takes work, right? And it doesn't take that much work. It just, for example, takes reusing the same bottle on a daily basis, right? Over the course of the year, you would successfully prevent approximately 1,800 pieces of trash from going into the trash system, right? Here's what's up. On average, people consume 5 average-sized bottles worth of water on a daily basis. So 5 16-ounce bottles worth of water, 80 ounces, right? That's about how much people need. Over the course of the year, take 5 times 365, that's 1,825, right? Now, you may not use 1,825 bottles, but however many you do use, instead use just one on a daily basis. I got this gallon jug. That's almost 2 days worth of water. You know, I don't need much more than that. I've been using that for 6 months now, and as a result, I've successfully prevented approximately 900 pieces of trash from going into the trash system, right? With coffee cups, another little thing that goes a long way. Let's say you go to Big B and buy a small coffee twice a day, because on average people consume 2 cups of coffee a day, right? Like 2 actual cups, paper cups, and then they throw them away. So yeah, let's say when you go to Big B, instead of buying that paper cup, you have your own cup, right? You buy that cup for the one time. Maybe it's like $20 because they be taxing for cups, but you can get a cheaper cup somewhere else, show up and be like, hey, this is how many ounces this cup is worth. Let me get some coffee. And they'll be like, all right, this is how much we're going to charge you. Go and fill up, right? Over the course of the year, because 2 times 365, right? 730. You could prevent 730 pieces of trash from entering the trash system. If you combine 700 and 1,800, rounded number for the estimate for plastic bottle consumption for water and coffee cup consumption for coffee, right? Combine them together, that's 2,500 pieces of trash, though. If 10 people engage in this, that's 25,000 pieces of trash. If 10% of New York City's population engaged in this, that's 2.1 billion pieces of trash. And that's a small number of a big place. So if 10% of my city did that, that'd be 1,000 people, right? 1,000 people not putting 2,500 pieces of trash in the trash system, I think, is 2.5 million pieces of trash, which is amazing. That's tremendous, and it's such a small amount of a small place. And there are even smaller places. Let's say it's 500. It would be half. So that would be like 125 something, I don't know, 1.25 million. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know though, but that's amazing. That's seriously amazing, and it's all from reusing a bottle and reusing a coffee cup, right? Such a little thing can go such a long way. On average, according to Brita, Americans throw away 35 billion plastic bottles a year. So again, if just 10% of New York's population didn't throw away plastic bottles, I don't know the number that would be, but it's a fuck ton of plastic bottles, man. It's a fuck ton. And so yeah, little things go a long way. You can do bigger things like composting. That goes a long way. This went out. You can do even bigger things like research the companies that you buy products from and make sure that they source their stuff sustainably. Like make sure they have biodegradable packaging. If you're purchasing food, make sure the food is non-GMO and organic, because there will be less chemicals, maybe no chemicals at all. You can buy from your local farmer's market. Ask the farmer, be like, hey, what did you put on this? So with that transaction, you get to know exactly what was put on your food. You get to meet the person who grew it. You get to support a local person like a family member. But yeah, like maybe their tractor breaks down. You are supporting a local dude live, right? And that says to the world, instead of massive corporations that put nasty shit on my food and like treat people terribly, I'd rather have this local food that is grown like more naturally and has higher nutrition, is better for me. I'm supporting them. It's cleaner, it's better for the world, like it's better in its entirety, right? And doing something like that, that's still a pretty small gesture, honestly. It's just purchasing from a different place instead of going to a store, right? But like looking into the products, making sure it's the best thing possible, buying from a local source, this, that, or the other things. There's a bunch of different things that we could take from this, right? And I don't want to get too wrapped up in all the examples, but it just does so much. Like consumer trends do so much. Your daily decisions do so much. Shutting the faucet off while you brush your teeth, that's a little thing that goes such a long way. You can plant herbs, and that's a little thing that's kind of fun to do. But instead of like buying herbs, you can grow your own herbs. Instead of buying tomatoes, grow your own tomatoes, right? Stuff like that. People about 150 years ago grew their own food, built their own houses, made their own clothes, and like people still do that today, but not to the same extent. The world has taken off very quickly, and I feel like we're overwhelmed as a result. But we can get back to that, and if we get back to that, then the world will be a healthier, happier, cleaner, more beautiful place. And it's not that hard, honestly. Like, not everybody has to grow their own food. I'd grow food for a small part of my community, and if another person wanted to grow food, that'd be awesome. We could do it together, and like multiple other people probably would in the community. We pool together, have a little farm, and boom, like we're doing things, right? Somebody's probably going to want to be a nurse. Someone's going to want to be this. Someone's going to want to be that. And like together we can just make things work, right? Yeah. So it went from very small to very big. But, little actions like this, just drinking from the same bottle on a daily basis, go super far. You alone can prevent 1,800 units of trash from entering the trash system by reusing the same bottle on a daily basis, right? If just a small percentage of people are on board with this, then that many more people are on board with it. The change then becomes that much more real, and things happen just that much more quickly, right? And so like the more people are on board with doing good for the world, for each other, and for themselves ultimately, like the better the world will be. And that's undeniable, right? For example, if people were all nice, and there will always be ups, downs all around, crazy shit will happen, but if we're all doing our best to be nice and understanding, right, in lieu of some crazy shit, we would all be trying to be nice and understanding. And so in lieu of this negativity, there would be so much positivity that, we would be able to bring the negativity back up and essentially cancel it out and like override it, right? So, the more people are on board with this, the more real it becomes, and the more things will happen. And everybody, for example, like we could solve world hunger by doing a couple little things. We could make sure the world has enough water by doing a couple little things. We could provide electricity for everybody by doing just a couple little things. Like all of these massive things just take a small first step. And so, this is that small first step. Buying from a company that utilizes solar energy is a small first step. It says, I want my companies to utilize solar energy, sustainable, renewable, make that a thing, right? If we make that a consumer trend, then the world has to change around it. And if money makes the world go round, then we have to change where the money goes, right? And so the world will change around that. And that is all, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this installation. I thank you for listening to me rave a little bit, but yeah, super appreciative to anybody out there doing anything. I thank you from the depth of my being. Much love to you from me. Stay high, happy, and healthy, Canna fam. Till next time, peace.